Dobro dan. Hello. Thanks for coming on another walk with me. So it's November 18th. It's Tuesday. And it's about 1:30. Something like that. So we're starting out in Stadigrad once again. And we're going to aimlessly just walk around. Now I saw this a minute ago. So this is a European window. You see how thick that is? See that? That is extremely thick. Just as heavy as can be. And that is what makes up the glass here. That's amazing, you know, that's why it locks out the sound so well. As I'm noticing ancient structures with the balcony up there, which was probably once upon a time like the master suite, maybe, in a building like this. So there's some much newer architecture. And of course, graffiti. You know, it's interesting to me because the graffiti here, it's not like graffiti that I'm used to in Los Angeles. Los Angeles graffiti that's gangland tagging. That's a gang saying, this is my neighborhood, don't mess around. If you paint over it, there's potential for retaliation. I don't know what this is all about here, who the culprits are. But it is definitely a part of the scene, part of the vibe. The building I'm in, it's been tagged. When I first got here, it was relatively clean, and then one day I wake up and there's a bunch of gibberish all over it. And coincidentally, I live next door to a school, and it happened like on the last day of that school, last spring. So my goal is, again, I'm going to walk towards the water, and I'm going to stay on this side in the old town of Belgrade, and we're just going to go explore a little bit. I swear, I took all my internal strength to leave the house today. I don't know why. Look at this. Make me look funny. Anyways, yeah, I took everything I had. I've been lazy. And today's not even cold. It's like 13 degrees Celsius. I used to say that I'm the most productive lazy person around. Here you can see the difference in architecture. You see that was probably a very old structure. And then a very new one. I don't know if you can hear that or not. This is the National Theater, and I'm hearing some, well, you're seeing scales. Well, of course, as soon as I walk back here, I don't hear it anymore. Oh, here we go. It's very faint. Probably doesn't get picked up. So take a look at these reliefs on this building. They're very interesting. So I would like to actually hit the water near the bridge, or like walk from one bridge to the next, if I could make that happen. And because I've been in such a lackadaisical mood, you know, it's hard to get the mind moving. Part of the reason why I got up and went out on this walk, because it forces me to like think a little bit instead of just let my chair eat me, my couch eat me. So we're in the city center. Yeah, I think I've been watching a lot of YouTube, probably too much, actually. It's funny, in my life, there's times in my life where I watched a lot of television. And then times in my life where I watched none. When I was young, I watched a lot of television. A lot. It was a prime time for TV. You know, color television just came into play, and cable television just came into play. And it really absorbed me. Not to mention the fact my father worked in TV. He worked on all kinds of TV shows. Petticoat Junction and Green Acres, Dukes of Hazzard, Fantasy Island. And maybe some of that, you know, rubbed off on me. That's possible why I watch so much TV. And later, I started working in the record industry. At that time, I also watched television. It's funny. But once I left the record industry and I started working in the television industry, I stopped watching TV, started listening to music again. But here I am. I'm actually trying to build my little YouTube channel here. It just started out as an experiment, just to see what it takes to do that. And honestly, I enjoy it. And I'm here, you know, I'm in Serbia. I've only been here for 2 years. I have, you know, being an engineer, worked in the movie industry, I have so much gear. Everything from lighting and cameras and all kinds of great stuff. All kinds of great stuff. And it's all sitting in Los Angeles, waiting for me to do something about it, which is no small undertaking if I want to bring it here. But that being said, because I have this stuff, I don't want to buy everything again. I hate buying things over and over again, especially electronics, which you end up doing that anyways, because technology marches on. And I mean, I'm filming this with a $65, you know, GoPro knockoff I bought from AliExpress. And you know, the quality is what it is. I just ordered a gimbal so I can use a phone, which will increase the quality of the video by a lot. And then I can walk all these streets again. And maybe with something better to say even, I don't know. I first got the idea to do this, honestly, just because there's two people in particular. One is a guy who just rides his bicycle or his e-bike in LA, in Los Angeles. And he goes into the hood. And, I caught myself watching that, and I was like, wow, I know those streets. But things have changed dramatically. I mean, just in the past 2 years that I've been gone, it's like an advancement and the downfall of society. Especially on, for the people in the lower class, the lower economic class, they're feeling the brunt. I mean, unbelievable amount of homeless. It's very sad. But anyways, let me not get sidetracked as I blab away. So I started this YouTube channel just to kind of see what it's all about, and I realized, I like it. I like it a lot. I have ideas for some shows that I would like to produce for this channel, besides me just wandering around yapping. At this point, I'm still just trying to get monetized. So I really appreciate if you guys would hit the subscribe button, if you guys would hit the like button, if you guys comment and share. I see it, it's already happening. You guys are commenting. I appreciate that so much. Because you know what? It really helps. So look at this cool spot. Behind the 8-ball, huh? Wow. I've never been here. Yeah. That's so cool. Anyways, yeah, if I could actually get enough interest, I could hire some people to work with me, which would be great. Actually hire an editor. So far I haven't edited a single thing, and that's really just been mostly my laziness, but also because I'm underwhelmed by the quality of this camera, and I don't think I need to be polishing a turd until I actually get something that's of a higher quality. And the more of these videos I put out, though, the more I feel certain people actually recognize what I'm doing, instead of just talking to a stick, like it feels like I'm doing sometimes. So those electric scooters, they're here, but you know what? They're not like... I tried to actually see if I can get Bird and invest in that business here. I'm not sure what stops it. Not to the way it's done in Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, I mean, I have to say, those scooters end up in piles, especially on a Friday or Saturday night, 3 in the morning. They're not parked neatly anymore. They're just in a pile here and there. And maybe that's maybe that's the big drawback to why it hasn't happened here. And certainly here, I mean, just like everywhere, of course, but here you feel you feel the government power, I guess, authority, more than you do in America. And I think that's because in America there's just so many branches of government, so many, that it's somehow you don't feel a single entity. And here you feel a single entity, which actually reminds me of something. So the holidays here, alright, before I go yapping on, let's see, we're gonna go like this, I guess. The holidays here, you feel a unified culture. when they have their TV specials and that sort of thing, you feel unified, like everybody's on the same page about it. In America, I mean, it is a land of immigrants, and there's no real unifying culture. They try to be. I guess you might say it's the Anglo-Saxon original pilgrim types that are the baseline for culture there. But I mean, where I grew up in Los Angeles, that was Mexico, and it's still Mexico. Just because it's California or the USA, it's like the border moved, people didn't move. Alright, so I know where I am, but I think I made a less than interesting choice coming this direction. But anyways, back to YouTube. You know what I don't like about YouTube? Oh, there's a Starbucks. Interesting. Look, this is how they write Starbucks in Serbsky, using Latin letters. So what I don't like about YouTube, and maybe it's the same thing that's cool about it, is this algorithm that pushes content that it thinks that you want to see. So for instance, I will click on a video that's a First Amendment auditing video, and those are interesting to me, but not to where I want to see nothing but that. And what happens is you click on it and the algorithm goes, oh, you like this, so it starts feeding you that. Oh, so much of that. And it actually leaves you with this kind of like combative feeling. It's not a soothing energy at all. So honestly, here's my suggestion to YouTube or Google, whoever the masters are. There should be a randomizer. There should be a button for randomizer. It completely randomizes the content. So that way you are not just stuck with what it feels that you should be watching. And look at this old building. I mean, it's really cool. Maybe actually I did kind of want to come this way. It's just I picked the less attractive way to get here. What is this here? Very interesting. Access to genome, clinical laboratory genetics. So I have another suggestion. This will make somebody a millionaire if they could do this. And like I say, I'm no coder, so I don't know why this would be such a problem. Let's get some rock here. This is all nice rock here. Anyways, if you can make an app program, whatever, that will turn all caps into the correct, typeface. So have you ever had the misfortune of typing a whole bunch and then realized your all caps was on? There's no way to rectify this. There's no solution. So what we got here? So if you could figure out a way to add that to the pull down menu, you know, especially if it's a pull down in Word or something, which would be so logical. But it must be that that is something that's not so easy to do. Otherwise, some of them would have done it already. So this is actually the way, this is a bridge that will take you to New Belgrade. And again, I don't know exactly where I'm going, so we're just gonna sneak around here a little bit. Another guy I watch on YouTube, I think his name is Sergey, like the crazy Russian. He is interesting. He does a lot of live streaming, and he goes all over the place. He's been all over the Balkans. He's been to Belgrade. I think he's currently in Malaysia. And, you know, he's funny. He does this like stereotypical Russian accent, and some people hate him actually, but I like watching him sometimes. He's good. There's a few other guys that do this stuff, and you know, they're good, they're smart, because they're also linguists. You know, they're able to oh, look at that beautiful dog. Yeah, they're linguists, and better not walk on the grass. There's too much potential poop on the grass. That is not me at all. I mean, my first language was German, and I've forgotten